Hey guys, what's up? Hdemarzo here with the Tech Cruiser channel. So as promised, we have the Raspberry Pi update. Not too long ago, I acquired a Raspberry Pi Model B. It's not the newest one out there, but let me tell you, it's been doing fantastic. It's been doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I'm able to get my movies off my hard drive to free up some space on my laptop and use them and watch them just as easily. Now, I got the setup all ready to go. We're going to take a look at it. I have it set up remote controls with my iPad and my iPhone. I'll give you my thoughts on the two different apps and how they differ. We'll also give you a look at the Raspberry Pi. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright guys, so what you're looking at is my TV hooked up to my Raspberry Pi. I'll explain all the details here about what's going on. Like I said, I acquired this Raspberry Pi from a friend and went ahead and set it up using the Wi-Fi dongle, which is the blue part right here, the blue blinky thing. It's just a simple Wi-Fi dongle. You can get them anywhere. If you want to head over to just Google Raspberry Pi Wi-Fi dongle, a whole bunch of results come up that you can go ahead and use. No setup really other than setting your network credentials. Now it works very, very well. I must make a note though, in order for the Raspberry Pi to work seamlessly, to work well, you're going to need to have a very solid network connection in order to do that. Unless you're running it unlinked to the network, you can use a mouse and keyboard, but keep in mind that's going to use up your USB port, because there's only two available, so you're going to want to use those sparingly. So we'll go ahead, we'll take a look. I have the app running on my iPhone, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. But the response is very good. There's a little bit of lag between when you push the button and when it kind of moves across, but honestly, you really can't even notice the difference. So it works really, really well. I have it hooked up with HDMI to my television. I also have a USB port on my TV, which is running the power, which is right here. The HDMI cable is right here, this big thick one. And I also have a USB hub right over here with a little tiny thumb drive. It's a 16 gig thumb drive with about 20 or so movies, as much as you can fit on a 16 gig thumb drive. But that it does enable me to load a bunch of movies on here and go ahead and watch them. There's a few that are on here on HD, but as I'm scrolling through, the cover art, the album art, is updating very, very quickly. Not too quickly to where you feel like you're running behind the software, but it's enough to where you hit a title and it updates the album art, which is fantastic. You're going to want to get a very high grade SD card. A level 8 or level 10 is going to give you optimal performance. You can also load this up with a thumb drive, have it boot off a thumb drive, and it's going to be even quicker. But this is a class, I believe, 4 thumb drive, and it really is meeting and exceeding my expectations. So it's very, very nice. You can set up a whole bunch of themes here. I downloaded a couple ones, but honestly, the Confluence one that comes stock performs very well. It's got some nice images. It's got some nice artwork. The little bubbly blue background is very nice. Blue is my favorite color, so it works out very well, like it was meant to be like that. Now the red box, the red case, I also received from the same person that I got the Raspberry Pi case. It's got a nice little etched out Raspberry Pi logo up here on the top, and it just snaps in, clips in. It has open spaces on the side here for all your connections and whatever you're going to do with it. And Pretty much it'll just sit there behind my TV, out of the way, so you don't even really notice it. You can also secure this to the back of your TV if you wanted to secure it to the back of your television, so that it's for sure not going to go anywhere. It's not going to rattle around, and it'll be back there out of the way. So as you can see, there are no cords, no cables hanging around, just the interface. So now we'll go back. We'll show you look at the two different, well, it's the same app, but it's on two different devices, on an iPad mini, and we'll show you on my iPhone. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now. Alright guys, so we have here my iPad, the screen on my iPad with the lovely palm trees. It's to make me feel better because it's a little chilly here where I'm at right now. So I have the official, I don't know if it's official or not, but it's about as official as you're going to get for an XBMC remote. And we'll go ahead and we'll open that up, load it up. Now you're going to want to link your TV box, or as I'm calling it, my TV. You're going to want to load your Raspberry Pi into the settings so you can use it as a remote control. Now here's the remote control interface that you're looking at. It's got all your volume controls down the bottom left there, your options and whatnot over here on the right. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. If you plugged in a USB thumb drive, you hit update library, whichever one you have, audio or video, and it's going to go ahead and read and mount that thumb drive so you can access to your media. Another way you can access your media is through these buttons here on the side. You know, music or movies, whatever you have loaded. Now this is a very, very nice way to do it. You can keep, if you have an iPad for the family, you can keep this on the coffee table next to you, and if you do a movie night or you do a movie after dinner, you can have a different person every night pick a different movie just from the list as you see it here. And there's different ways you can sort through them, by genre, by who made it, when it came out, what kind of movie it is. So that's fantastic. There is an option. We'll go ahead and we'll just we'll pick a movie here to start playing on the Raspberry Pi. And when you pick a movie, it shows you the cover art. It gives you some ratings. There's different rating systems you can get. There's a Rotten Tomatoes add-in, I believe you can add that in. But you pretty much hit play, and it's going to give you an option, a whole bunch of options. We're going to go ahead and just play it, and it's going to go ahead. Not even 2 or 3 seconds, and it's already playing up on the Raspberry Pi. But it is kind of cool. The cover art behind the cover art is moving, so you can have that option there for you. The remote control, there's some fantastic options with the remote control. So that is the app on iPad. Now it's fantastic to use. It's nice big screen real estate to take advantage of on the iPad. And we'll go ahead and we'll close out of the iPad, and I'll bring you up to my iPhone, which is also a fantastic interface for going ahead and controlling your Raspberry Pi. Alright, so here on my iPhone, and the app, it's the same app. We'll go ahead and we'll fire it up. And again, you're going to want to make sure that your Raspberry Pi is being responded to or responding with the remote. You could tell if it's linked with your remote with the Raspberry Pi. There'll be a green dot up in where you see it up there where it says TV box version 12.2, and that's how you can kind of tell that it's linked with your Raspberry Pi. Now, same options as you can see on the side here. We'll pick your movies, but the cool thing about the iPhone app is that you can swipe over
and there'll be an additional controller from within the movie. Now you can skip ahead down below. You can jog and shuttle right there on the screen and do all your control stuff. There's also some options which brings you again to the remote control. Now you can raise and lower the volume right from here, which is really, really handy. But it's just a different way to do it, and you can just swipe in whichever direction and get where you need to go. So both really, really functional, just a couple of different ways of doing things. So that's what we have for now. If you have any Raspberry Pi add-ons, or you've done things a little bit differently, or you have a completely different use for your Raspberry Pi, please drop that down below, because I'm all kinds of intrigued by this Raspberry Pi project right now. I've been looking up some of the projects that people have done, and it's just insane. I saw a Raspberry Pi controlled quadcopter. I saw somebody who linked it with their garage door, and they can use their phone to open and close the garage door with different scripts and different commands and whatnot. So drop those down below if you have some good projects you've done or project ideas you'd like to do. I'd like to hear about them as well. So again, drop them down below, anything you want to know or have, so that I can check it out and get excited with you. So that's all we have for now. Until next time, keep it real.